and thanks for tuning in. Today I will give you a little update on what happened so far in Chaos Lands and what I've been working on for the last month. So first let's create a new world, and you can see also there's a tutorial option, so you can start a world and then you get a little guidance on what to do inside this world. So the first quest is to skip to noon, and I will make a few quests now so that you can see how they are created. So first let's press this next turn button a few times so that we get to noon. And now the tutorial updated, and we can see that it is saying that we can move around by pressing shift, and if we do that, the tutorial updates again, and now we get the quest to interact with a tree. We can do that also, just walk to a tree and interact by pressing E. We can do the same with attacking, and then you can see that the fourth tutorial turns to the fifth. We can also look at our resources. At the moment we are in creative mode, so we have infinite or much resources, and we should collect 3 sticks, and let's do that. We just have to interact once, because then it checks if we have enough, and we do have enough now. On the left side on the screen you can open a menu for crafting, that's here, and we can place a campfire and accomplish the next tutorial step. Also we can automatically interact with obstacles by using this checkbox. So let's do that. And we also skip the next. You can see the window, craft a hatchet. Okay, next step we want to do is craft a hatchet. Finished that, and I won't go keep going with the tutorial. You have seen now there's a tutorial and you can try it yourself. I will put the last version of the game inside the video description, so you can check it out yourself. So let's keep going with the new items. There are new rings. Here's a little cheating menu so that I don't have to find them myself or craft them. I will just drag them from the cheating inventory into my inventory. And now we can have a look at them. But first we get rid of those items we don't need. And there are 3 rings. One ring was already in the game. That's the ring of rejuvenation. This ring heals, and as you know, you have every turn 1 attack, and if you are wearing this ring, you can shoot, for example, 4 times, because every ring, this is a +3 ring, and there's also a +2 ring and a +1 ring, and every ring increases your attacks per turn, it doubles it from your base value. So the first ring gives you 1 attack more, the second 2, and the last 3. And let's see how this looks in action. So let's go to the castle to see if we can shoot something here. And I'm a little bit scared because I don't want to die. And there are knights, and now you can see we have attacks 4, and we can shoot multiple times onto a unit, and that's also nice during boss fights and is generally a really good help. The same thing applies for the ring of activation, where you can interact multiple times, for example 4 times, with the +3 ring. And this is also useful if you are fishing. Let me just remove the rings from my inventory. The inventory is not really big, so I have to sometimes clear the inventory. There's also a new item, the fishing rod, and using the fishing rod and, for example, the ring of activation, we can fish 4 times every turn. And also the sounds got a little bit upgraded, which is nice, because the old sounds were really annoying sometimes. And we are really unlucky, but now we got something. We got trash from the fishing stuff. Let me check my OBS. Everything is working fine. And now we got some locked treasures. To unlock the locked treasure, we also need a lockpick. This can be crafted inside the forge, but I will just cheat it now, and we can open the treasure with a lockpick, and we receive the Chain of Anger, which has no effect at the moment, but should also be as useful as the rings. Hopefully there will be something that, yeah, hopefully I come up with something, or if you have an idea you can also write it in the comments. And the next thing we want to have a look at, there are some potions. Potion of strength, resistance, poison and weakness, and they all do really much this what you would expect. For example, if I grab a potion of resistance, I'm getting less damage if somebody attacks me, but that's a little bit hard to test, so let's test the potion of strength and the potion of poison. Wasn't there a potion of poison, strength, resistance? What? Where's the... And there's a healing pot. This I can also show the healing potion. And where did I left my bow? This chest maybe. Then I will just grab another bow. And we can check the potion of strength. So I will drink it, and then it also shows in the menu what effects this unit has. And this unit is strengthened for 20 turns. And if I shoot something now, you can see we are dealing 43 damage. And before we were dealing something like 20 or 24. Now we are dealing 30. So that's neat. There's also a potion of resistance, so let me just stand next to the units, and I got one shot by the people. So grab another unit and let's test it. So we have a potion of resistance, and let's also grab a golden shield so that I'm not dealing not taking too much damage. This is blocking 75 and this. So I should survive now if they are shooting me again. Right. Yes. I'm obtaining 11 damage, and if I'm drinking the potion of resistance, I should get fewer damage. 6 damage, so this reduced the damage by much. And the last thing I want to show in this video is the dungeon dimension. So we can place a dungeon. The dungeon at the moment doesn't spawn. Oh, we are getting attacked. Let's grab the strength ring so that we can shoot this guys. And maybe the healing ring is a good idea. Where did I left it? So now you can also see that I got healed quite a bunch, quite a lot. 30 HP, and we can shoot multiple times. So here's the dungeon, and we can enter the dungeon dimension, and let's just have a look at it, and then you can explore the dungeon by yourself, because I won't go over the whole dungeon because it's quite big, and that's perfectly like it is. So you should be able to explore it by yourself, but we can look at the first room. And you can enter the dungeon, and now we have to see where we can find the exit. Or not the exit, but the path where we can move through the dungeon. And here's the opening. So let's peek and let's see what we got here. And it's a little bit dark, so let's fix that. Most of the rooms have a chest inside of them with the loot, and there's a vampire. Let's shoot him. So that he won't attack us. And there are more. And I'm not sure if the game is crashing if the vampire tries to attack, but I sure will find out. So let's check out the chest of this room, and then I think the video will have a nice ending. These are also gold blocks, so it's nice to get some gold inside the dungeon. The vampires are not doing anything. And where's the chest? Do we not have a chest in this room? That would be sad for demonstration purposes, but here's the chest, and let's see what's inside. The chain of anger, a lockpick, some potions, potion of resistance again, and potion of healing. So here you can get loot, and also in the dungeon you can find 2 bosses. And this is it for this video, and thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and leave a like, comment, and let's see us in the next video. And also you can write me what you think about the new version of the dungeon and of the new items, and bye bye.